Hello guys, CS2W here as your average consumer with your casual consumer's review. So starting up with this video, for those who didn't know, the Adidas Confirmed W finally came to Toronto, Canada, and I did end up going to the designated store to pick up my Confirmed W. On that day, many Adidas NMDs dropped, mostly the NMD R2 Prime knits, but one was the NMD City Sock 2, which is what I went to pick up. And also just to see how the general process works. Adidas opened up this temporary pop-up store for us to grab the shoes as our Adidas original store is under renovation. So here's some footage of what was there for those who missed it or is interested to see what it was. In short, you just bring the phone you have reserved the shoes with, open the app, and open the QR code generated in that app used for that specific pickup date in your account. They had an iPad there which scanned the code on my phone and brought up my shoes. But in terms of this pop-up store, there wasn't much as far as I've seen. They opened it to celebrate this huge NMD launch, and probably it's just a space for people to pick up the shoes in a cool vintage decorated setting. To celebrate their first confirmed launch, they also gave us an extra gift, which is one of those wide angle and macro lens clip that you can clip on your phone's camera. The clip and dust bag also have the text NMD printed on it, so that was pretty neat as well. This pop-up store was open 4 days only, and like I've said, you didn't really miss out much if you didn't go, but it was a pretty cool minimalistic setting that they put up together just for this release. As for this shoe, if you have seen my reviews of the NMD version 2 sneakers, whether it was the NMD R2 PK or the NMD CS2 by Kith and Naked, you've already heard my opinions on this NMD V2 silhouette. But for my new viewers, to sum it up, it's really a love and hate relationship. But I might as well talk about this shoe because I've never had a general release City Sock 2 in hand before, so I was interested to check these out in person, and also finally a colorway that I personally prefer. Upper wise, it's made out of Adidas's Prime knit, which is known for its flexibility and ultra lightweight properties. Specifically for this model, the model name itself, City Sock, will give you an idea of what they're aiming for. Designed with a sock fitting form in mind with a modern city fashion aesthetic. There is no lacing on this shoe, so it's essentially a quick slip-on and go sneaker. The print pattern on this shoe is almost like a leopard if you look closely, and it's quite interesting because depending on the angle you're looking at the shoe, the pattern can actually become more or less apparent. They also added a stripe design at the top of the shoes in almost like a triangular shape, and another one on the medial side in a semicircular shape. This semicircle placement reminds me of the semicircle patchwork on the original NMD City Sock 1 actually, so Adidas might be quietly giving us the nod in regards to that. On the lateral side of the shoe, you will see the black sock collar fold that closes the side of the sneaker, as what I would call it, a design aesthetic that looks like a Japanese kimono. Come to think of it, you can say this whole upper is a one-piece knit as well, as it encloses the shoe with that one single fold. On the back of the shoe, you will see the famous strip of pull tab seen on every NMD. On the pull tab, you will see the slogan, the brand with the 3 stripes, in either English, Japanese, French, or German. Like always, they cut this strip randomly at their factories, so each pair will be different. Midsole wise, they used Boost technology, which is known to offer the bouncy feeling with your every step on the ground. For V2 NMDs, they took out the 2 EVA Plus from the lateral side that the V1 NMDs had, and then on the medial side, they enlarged the back plug on these V2 models. For this pair, this block is orangish brown, almost like a rust color. Most NMDs do not come with insoles unless they're collaborations, so for this pair, you'll only see the felt-like fabric floor bed on the midsole separating our feet from the Boost cushioning. It's hard to show it, but there's also an inner patch lining at the back of the shoes extending to almost the midfoot area, presumably to give the knit upper more strength and durability while offering more structure to keep our feet from sliding off the midsole. You can't see this, but by touch, there is an inner patch under the stripes seen on the upper as well. Again, strengthening those areas of the shoe. Under the sneaker, you will see the same rubber outsole seen on every model of the NMD. At the midfoot area of the outsole, you'll see Adidas' branding and slogans printed on the plastic. Anyways, here are some Adidas NMD City Sock 2 fit footage. Fit wise, for science, I went half size down from true to size because everyone was saying how it looked huge at true to size on me. So for you guys, I've bought this shoe at half size down from my true to size. Yes, the length fits perfectly. However, this has to be the tightest shoe I've ever felt in my life. As if an extra large size person is wearing a small size shirt, but that's because of my foot proportion. I personally have wide feet, and as you can see, my feet is spilling out way over on the sides. If you've seen my previous NMD V2 model reviews, I've kept complaining about the inner block even at my true to size. Feeling this block at my half size down is like constantly having my arch massaged by a plate every time my feet lands on the floor. It's certainly not a feeling that I personally like, and it sucks because boost wise, version 2 NMDs are more comfy compared to its predecessor. You can actually feel the boost material on this rather than a flat muted cushioning on the original models. But the block is just a huge downer for me, at least for my foot proportion. If you have skinny or narrow feet, then lucky you, because these shoes are pretty comfortable and stylish if you can't feel that block. Price wise, these were $220 at retail here in Canada before tax. It's quite expensive to buy Boost products here now and has started to turn a lot of people off unless it's an extremely good looking colorway. Even these are not selling out in certain sneaker boutiques. In fact, most of the NMD that released that day is still sitting in my local Foot Locker and Champ store. It seems as if no one liked these colorway or the hype has slowed down. But then again, if you ask me personally, shell out another $20 more and you can get the Ultra Boost here in Canada, which is arguably the most comfortable shoe out there right now, so why not? Anyways, throw me some likes if you like this video and let me know what you think about this new colorway of the NMD City Sock 2. I personally think it's a decent colorway actually, but it's not a must buy. When I first took it out of the box, it felt underwhelming, but as soon as it went on feet, it looked great. Too bad the inner block bothers me too much. That's it for today. CS2W signing off.